Oke, halo. Oke, teman-teman. Jadi di sini aku udah mainin lagi tadi 2 match gitu ya. Sampai kita dapat ini nih, franchise player earn your keep.
So how you feeling about your recent play?
Not gonna lie, coach, I feel pretty good.
So do we, which is why we think you're ready to run with the starters.
Coach, you playing with me? Oh my gosh, that's great. I've been looking forward to this opportunity.
Now, remember when I told you this is a big boy league, MP?
Mm-hmm.
When the coaches make a move like this, it puts us in the crosshairs. It puts Cliff in the crosshairs, too, because the buck stops with the general manager.
Well, like you said, it's a grown man's league, and if you can't handle that pressure, then you ain't gonna make it that far.
Glad we are understood.
Loud and clear, coach.
It's time to prove you belong, MP. Good luck.
Wih, mantap. Franchise player earn your keep. Complete any 2 objectives. Oke. Oke.
Fans we've seen yet. Make sure you disappoint me. The other team's already worried about stopping you, MP.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA Ball. Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson, alongside Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. On the sidelines, Allie LaForce. Shorter rotation player, next man up mentality, though. It does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
Compensating for the absence of a key player can be tough, but they've got to hold strong.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Denver Nuggets. They've got Nikola Jokic, Murray out there with MP. Then it's Michael Porter, and it's Chanchar in at the 4-man position. And for Minnesota, Ed is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with Rudy Gobert, and it's DiVincenzo in at the point. It's still early in the season, Grant, but most coaches have their rotations worked out by now.
They really do, but if they don't, they better figure it out soon. You don't want to be tinkering with your lineups any later than this.
So the Timberwolves win the tip. Inside, here's Gobert. Rebound by the Nuggets. They want to keep rolling here following the win against Brooklyn.
And guys, those road games are never easy. But they had a solid strategy going in and stuck to what they do best.
Yeah, you know, game balls all around in that one. A terrific team effort. They trusted in their system and executed well to get the win.
Now here's Edwards. Solid as a rock from 20 feet out.
Oh boy, look at the quickness to create space. Edwards puts defenders right on their heels.
Here's Murray. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
Grant, the Denver Nuggets have been on quite the run here in this window of time.
Yeah, B.A. It's all working for Denver in recent years. This is a well-constructed team that they play as a unit, and it makes it so difficult to try to get the best of them.
Using his size on the interior, Jokic extremely difficult to stop down there.
Randall outside. And here's Edwards outside. Book it. And it's Randall with the assist. Edwards has got 5.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Murray for 3. On target from range.
They've really come out swinging, hitting 4 of their first 5 shots.
Outside McDaniels. To the inside. Here's Edwards. And that makes him 3 for 4. He's looking good. For Denver, they've gone 4 of 5 so far. Looking sharp. Pass to MP. Releases from 15. And the Nuggets getting another bucket to fall.
Tell you what, nice mid-range shot there from MP, and that'll open things up for him on the floor.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to catch up with Minnesota's head coach, and obviously facing Nikola Jokic was the first topic of conversation. Coach told me they don't hand out MVP awards. The Joker is one of the most talented players in league history, and he's 7 feet. It's unreal. In terms of how to stop Jokic, he laughed and said, I don't think anyone has that answer, guys.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. And MP throws it down.
Yes, speeding in there and getting some air time. MP with a solid jam off the drive.
And Edwards puts up a deep 3. Minnesota again missing.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
Timberwolves trail by 9. Down low. Here's DiVincenzo, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
DiVincenzo's got major bounce now. This kid is a big-time leaper. He can play at the rim and above it, too.
All right, Clark, how about Rudy Gobert? What consistency rebounding the ball.
Yeah, averaging double digits pretty much every season, B.A., and that helps them in the battle of possessions, obviously. And it also helps them control pace. You've got a guy who eats glass like that and defends at a high level. You got something real good for yourself.
Now here's McDaniels. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Outside Edwards. Launches it. And that one goes. 4 for 7 for him so far.
Well, they're still losing, but it's not because of him. He's been lights out this quarter.
Pass to MP. And there's the screen. Here's Chanchar. Randall with a steal. Here's McDaniels. Rebounded by Denver. On the wing, Porter. To the paint. And it's Jokic. That time on the assist by Porter. Jokic has got 7 points.
Their offense looking like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Edwards can't hit.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Jokic the screen. MP the pass to Jokic. And stolen by Edwards. Over Murray. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Well, it's a make-or-miss league. Sometimes the Jays just don't fall. It wasn't a bad shot.
It's blocked by Gobert. Left side McDaniels. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. And so it's the Denver Nuggets closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. Timberwolves making a change here. Minot's checked in. And a switch here also for Denver. MP's checked in. Timberwolves trail by 8. On the court for Denver. MP is out there with Russell Westbrook. Then it's Michael Porter. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Brown in at the 3 slot. Alley-oop up top, hammer it home.
And they've made themselves easy pickings. Sloppy ball control creates an easily converted turnover.
The Timberwolves have got none of their first 3 shots to fall so far in the second. Here's Alexander Walker. Brown grabs the board. Denver leading by 10. And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, the Timberwolves are one of the biggest teams in the association, and Coach Chris Finch said, quote, "That's how we're built. It's part of our identity. That's what we have to lean into. We want to be big at the rim and force our size on opponents." Brian, he loves to see other teams hesitant to venture into the paint.
Hearing footsteps, right? Allie, thanks. Here's Alexander Walker. Rebounded by Denver.
Uh-oh. Did he change his mind on the way up? I think he did.
To the middle. Here's Jordan. Kicks it out to Westbrook. He drops it from range. Westbrook's got 5 points in the quarter.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
6 to shoot. Pass to Reed. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. Edwards making it look so easy from deep.
The competitive fire of Anthony Edwards, admirable, going right back at him.
Here in quarter 2, we played a little over 2.5 minutes now. MP with it. Baseline jumper. That's good. And so Westbrook with the assist. MP's got 8.
You have to love the unselfishness on display there. Excellent passing.
Conley passes to Reed. The kick out to Edwards. Offline with a 3.
Defense dodged a bullet that time. Total breakdown.
Well, Clark, we hear coaches often say, trust your teammates. Why is that sometimes a challenge?
Well, you know, when you talk about passing the basketball, there's got to be a level of trust and confidence that where you pass it to is going to produce some fruit, and that it might come back to you if that's the best play. And then defensively, you can't be good defensively without communicating and trusting one another to cover for each other in the defensive scheme that you're playing.
This run has been fueled by their matador defense.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. He wants to review the game plan. Clark, it's been great to see the Nuggets as a perennial powerhouse these past few years.
Well, you know, that's what happens when you get a guy like Nikola Jokic. I mean, he's a game changer, and what a joy to watch. Took a long time for them to finally get to the place where they could win that first title, but usually teams don't become champions overnight. It's a process. Now everybody's scared of it, and really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
And what's working here, each guy is willing to make the next pass.
DiVincenzo on the wing from deep. Can't hit that one. And here's Denver. They're on a 15-4 run. MP, the pass to Watson. Back to MP. There's 42 seconds left in the second quarter. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Love that play call by MP, finding a way to create for his team.
And so it's Conley who brings up the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Outside McDaniels, and they call an illegal screen here.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Chanchar's checked in for the Nuggets. Porter Jr. comes in for Brown.
Leaving absolutely nothing on the table right now. Their focus and execution has been outstanding.
Yep, they're starting to stretch this lead out. Too much offense to keep pace with.
It appears their offense is lacking some balance right now. Maybe too much reliance on the three ball.
Yeah, and it's one thing when your shots are falling from the perimeter, but when you go cold and things aren't going as well, you've got to get that thing inside, mix it up a little bit.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on them.
And so it's Denver with a commanding 22-point lead going into the break. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well with patience and purpose. We'll be back in a moment.
I mean, their offensive rebounding, when you give yourself more chances to score points, the math is pretty simple, Arnie.
Yep. All right, guys, let's swing it over and see what the fan... Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third quarter with...
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. Boy, you gotta like what we're seeing from Anthony Edwards.
Well, if he's hit threes like he did in the first half, he's going to have a monster night.
Yeah, you know what? The defense is going to adjust. They'll be ready for him now, so I'm sure they talked a lot about how to slow him down.
Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1 spot. And that's the group for Chris Finch as we begin the second half. And for the Timberwolves, they're shooting at 32% from the floor. Not good. Man, was there a guy more fit to run that 2023 team than Murray?
I don't think so, Brian. I mean, think about what Murray did. After coming off an ACL injury, he leads them to the finals along with Jokic and the rest of his teammates, and he went off in every playoff series. Tough shots, clutch shots, timely shots. Incredible stuff by Jamal Murray.
You know, a reliable veteran like Julius Randle is so valuable. He provides a foundation for everyone else to play off of because they know he'll be there to score and help out. He makes it easier for other players to succeed around him.
And the basket by MP.
At this stage of his young career, MP knocking down jumpers, that is very encouraging.
Randle, good.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Edwards looking it over. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back. Edwards has got 16 points.
Nice smooth three-point shot by Edwards there. Boy, he's got confidence from behind the arc.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Brian, Anthony Edwards, his disposition just brightens the locker room. Coach Chris Finch said he's an absolute joy to coach. Always in a great mood with a great smile. It doesn't matter if he plays well or he doesn't. Every day he has the same approach and the same attitude.
And he wants to be great, Allie. There's no doubt about that. Down low. And MP with a basket on the assist by Murray. Murray's got his 3rd assist of the night.
Everything working for him out of the half as they've hit 4 of their first 5 shots.
Pass to Edwards. There's the 3. Rebounded by Denver. Jokic has got 5 rebounds tonight. Denver leading by 23. Jokic with a screen on Edwards. And it's Denver with another.
With the way he can fill it up at this age, it's scary to think how good MP might be in a few years.
DiVincenzo, the pass to Randle. Back to DiVincenzo. And here's Edwards outside. Nikola Jokic grabs the miss. Jokic has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass. Boy, he's really been on a roll this quarter. Seems like everything he throws up is finding bottom.
And playoff success has been rare in Minnesota. Last year was the first series win in 20 years, Clark.
How about this fact? That was LeBron's rookie season. 2004, BA. That's the last time the Timberwolves advanced in the playoffs. So T-Wolves fans, I think, really savored the trip to the conference finals and are looking for more from this group going forward.
Shakes off strong D and gets to the bucket for 2 points. MP's got 25 points. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
They need this. And Edwards slams it in.
Edwards is rolling right now. If I'm his teammates, he's getting the rock every time.
Murray for 3. And the Nuggets hit again from deep.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
Yeah, and they either have been unwilling or unable to take that shot away.
Outside McDaniels. Gobert with a screen on Porter. McDaniels from long range. And it's Jokic with the ball for the Denver Nuggets. They'll face the Jazz after this game. That'll be at home. That game starts a nice 5-game homestand for them.
And the defense is going to remember this. They might try to make MP pay for it.
Outside Edwards. Randall outside. Fires the 3. Nails it from 3. Randall's got 7 points for the quarter.
Not sure what the defense was thinking. I mean, you can't leave this guy open from deep.
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And the whistle blows as the basket counts. Chance at a 3-point opportunity here. 1 free throw coming up. And Minnesota will go for a different look here. Reed's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Clark comes in for McDaniels. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Edwards. And Conley subbed in for DiVincenzo. And Denver will go for a different look here. Jordan's checked in for Jokic. Watson comes in for Chanchar. Brown's checked in for Porter Jr. And it's Westbrook in for Jamal Murray. Now here's Randall. The 3. That shot missing. MP getting it done for the Nuggets. He's been an offensive force, now with over 30 points after the quarter. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the court for the Nuggets, Hayden Watson is out there with Christian Brown. Then it's MP, then there's Russell Westbrook, and it's Jordan in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Pass to Watson. Good, and the assist goes to MP. MP's got his 6th assist of the night.
He's been playing great unselfish basketball, really putting the rock in the hands of the right shooters.
He is delivering a lot of room service dimes tonight. One sweet one after another.
The Nuggets shooting a legendary 79%. Their offense is just on a tear. 3-pointer off the mark. And the Timberwolves with possession here. Conley passes to Edwards. Over MP. Minnesota again missing.
You look at him, and he's a little hit and miss from there, even without a defender in his face. No guarantee.
Gets the 3 to fall.
Clutch buckets. He's paving the way as they hit the home stretch.
The Timberwolves have gone 0 for 3 in this 4th. Not good. Reed, a screen on Westbrook. Here's Conley. The rebound by MP. MP's got 5 rebounds in the game. Watson passes to MP. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the 4th. And another 3 for Denver.
At the offensive end, he's been assertive and efficient, guys. A big reason why they hold this lead right now.
And the foul called on MP. That's his first foul of the game. And the league has made it clear, Grant, it sees streaming at the forefront of basketball viewing going forward.
Well, BA, it's a no-brainer. The internet is the future, after all, and streaming opens a lot more options for engaging with fans while they watch.
Ingles, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. DiVincenzo comes in for Conley. Back to Edwards. Will it go? Ooh, and once again, off the mark by Minnesota. Denver's gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc here in the 4th. Back to MP. Jordan, the screen from deep, MP. And the Nuggets hit again from deep.
That's 3 in a row from out there now, so they've got to do a better job contesting.
Edwards against MP. Now here's Edwards. He's closely guarded. Banked it in off the glass. Edwards has got 9 points now in the second half. Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth.
Boy, Jordan is an alley-oop specialist, a big target with strength and bounce.
The Timberwolves have got 1 out of 6 shots to fall in this final quarter. Not ideal. DiVincenzo finds Ingles. Now here's Alexander Walker. Rebound by the Nuggets. Jordan's got 4 rebounds now. The Nuggets have gotten 5 of 6 shots to go in the fourth. And the basket by MP.
Yep, Westbrook seems to have a sixth sense for those kinds of openings, knows exactly where the gap is, and finds his teammate perfectly.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Edwards, no good.
He just couldn't finish the job that time, and too bad, because it was a nice look.
And the shot goes. MP's got 43 points.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Ingles passes to Alexander Walker. And here's Edwards. Outside, Alexander Walker. It's Edwards with a drive, and Edwards slams it in.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Nuggets.
Pretty clear who the better team was today. They dominated in just about every phase of this game, Grant.
BA, it's almost hard to think what didn't go well for them. Their plan, their execution, everything was absolutely on point.
And they pick up their 4th win of the year. Every victory so sweet in the association.
And against a familiar opponent, it's nice to establish a psychological advantage with a win in the first game.
Especially because they're going to get together 3 more times this season. You love to get an opponent figured out early when you're going to be seeing them that often.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for MP.
We saw him get a lot of touches tonight, and he wasted very few of them. Really made himself the backbone of their offense. You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Ingles from outside. The rebound by MP. Over to the wing. Watson passes to MP. So no problem for Denver as they get the win. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
Now, shocked and surprised. It doesn't matter what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to just waltz in and cruise to the type of victory like we saw tonight.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is...
Way to bring the effort tonight.
Yo, MP went for 40 tonight, man. Congratulations, my brother. Great game.